America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tracy, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Morley?
Here?
Mayor Mariko? Councilwoman Cole?
Here.
Chief Ackerman?
Here.
Ms. Triforis?
Here.
Mr. Solowski? Mr. D'Esposito?
Here.
Mr. Valero?
Here.
And Dr. Pucci.
Here.
Tracy, would you please read the Sunshine Law?
In accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, which went into effect January 19, 1976, I hereby state that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as follows. Posting of the notice on the bulletin board outside these chambers, mailing of the notice to the Ridgewood News, and filing the notice outside the Borough Clerk's office on January 17, 2025. In addition to the foregoing, a notice was posted on the bulletin board in January of 2025, setting forth the regularly scheduled meetings for the year. A copy of this schedule was published in the Bergen Record on January 15, 2025.
Everybody received the September 29, 2025 work session minutes. Are there any comments regarding the minutes?
A few typos were corrected, and a few more will be. So there's just ZMR's name, Mr. Gasnick's name,
That's in the regular meeting.
and yes, in the October 6th one.
The October 6th one, okay.
Yes.
And regarding the September 29th work session minutes, do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it.
Would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Morley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cole?
Yes.
Chief Ackerman?
Yes.
Ms. Triforis?
Yes.
Mr. D'Esposito?
Abstain, I wasn't present.
Mr. Valero?
Yes.
And Dr. Pucci?
Yes.
Regarding the October 6, 2025 regular meeting minutes, are there any comments? Hearing no comments, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Tracy, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Morley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cole?
Yes.
Chief Ackerman?
Yes.
Ms. Triforis?
Yes.
Mr. D'Esposito
Yeah.
abstain? Or you were there?
I was there for that one,
Okay,
so yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Valero?
Yes.
And Dr. Pucci?
Yes.
Okay. Under old business, the only item, well, there's a few items actually, but with respect to EGFAR, as I mentioned in an email recently, the subcommittee has been reconsidering its recommendations, and that deliberation is ongoing, and we're going to have another meeting sometime soon, and we'll provide, as requested by Henry, we will, we'll provide a report once we do come up with new recommendations, and we'll provide the details and how we came to that recommendation as requested. And I think everybody needs, in order to understand how we came to, or how we come to the new recommendations. Any questions about that?
Do you or the subcommittee have expectations for when that will be ready for our review or public review in the next stage?
It's difficult to say because, fortunately, we have, two architects in town who are assisting us, and if we could, we're trying to find a middle ground where there's agreement between, our planner and the two architects, and, we're not there, and it could take a while. I don't know how long it'll take, but, I think as Tracy commented, in order to get it right, however long it takes, it'll take, but, so we're not going to rush it.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you anticipate another a presentation for the entire board after you've come to an agreement in the committee?
I think that'd be a great idea.
Yeah, we would bring Fred back again for that. We really want to make sure that we're thinking of all different things, because each time we've had it, whether it's been subcommittee or here, you're like, oh, what about this scenario or whatever. So we're still researching those smaller lots that we talked about at the last meeting. So we kind of want to review and get input, or something else comes up out of the next one. So we're trying to.
It seems like we're also
Sure we get it
leaning
right.
toward looking at like a scaling procedure where, from large lots down to the smaller lots, and maybe certain exceptions with the smaller lots with 50 or 60 foot widths. So there might be a scaling, because the districts, there are some narrow lots in the A1 district as well as A2. Not all the lots in A1 are wide. So trying to take that into, and in order to take that into account, there might be a scale that would fit for both districts. But we'll see. Stay tuned.
And
Okay.
just one more process question. Are there any issues going into a new year of a board or a new year of a different council? Does that change anything, or can the subcommittee just work through that regardless of the changes? You know?
Do you have a legal opinion on that?
No, they
Never
can
thought of
work- They can work through it. It's
Okay.
fine, yeah.
Great.
Doesn't have to start it over or anything
Oh.
like that.
Yeah, I just know, if I may add, that in order for an ordinance to be passed, it must be read and passed 2 times within the same year. So for example, let's say if we submitted it in December to the council wouldn't be able to act on it because they would only have 1 meeting in December. So it would have to start in the new year of 2026. That's my understanding. Correct?
But as far as the planning
Yeah.
board, I don't think that wouldn't, there wouldn't be any.
No, it
we
wouldn't
don't do
preclude,
anything like
it wouldn't
that, so,
preclude us from
yeah.
sending it to them, but I mean,
Okay.
there's no rush really.
Right.
Whether it's December or January would make no difference.
Right, it's not gonna be done until the new year anyway.
Yeah, I think, I
so-
thought he was more referring to the subcommittee.
I was,
But,
well, just the
yeah.
whole thing,
Oh,
but
okay.
that's,
Yeah,
sounds good. Thank you.
okay. Next item is Mayfair Remodeling Corporation application. We have a resolution to memorialize the approval of the request for site plan approval and the waiver for 9 by 18 parking spaces. Is there any discussion on this resolution? We believe we've all received a copy of it. If there's no discussion, is there a motion to adopt it?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Tracy, would you call the roll?
Councilwoman Cole?
Yes.
Chief Ackerman?
Yes.
Ms. Triforos?
Yes.
Mr. D'Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Valero?
Yes.
Dr. Pucci?
Yes.
Mr. Morley?
Yes. Okay. Next item is 567 South Broad Street. The application is another resolution to memorialize a one-year extension of a previously granted preliminary final site plan approval to construct a single-story warehouse with office space. We all received a copy of this resolution. Is there any discussion, any comments? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved?
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cole?
Yes.
Chief Ackerman?
Yes.
Ms. Triforos?
Yes.
Mr. D'Esposito?
Yes.
Mr. Valero?
Yes.
Dr. Pucci?
Yes.
Mr. Morley?
Yes. Next item under new business is a parking ordinance. The council has requested that the planning board review the parking ordinance in the central business district for its consistency with the master plan. And so tonight, I'd like to ask the council, the board, if it would approve setting up a special committee to look into the council's request that we study this, the parking ordinance with respect to the central business district. Any discussion on that? Any questions?
I just make a comment. I think that's an excellent idea.
Yeah, I agree. I think, right now, there's quite a few barriers to many businesses coming into town. And I think just as we're doing with residential, I think this is a great idea to look at our options of, opening up potentially, or even relaxing some of the restrictions that we have on the parking, opening up to potentially other businesses, investments in town. So I think it's a great idea for us to look at this time. And I thank Councilwoman Cole for bringing this up to the council and actually bringing it to the planning board. So I'm looking forward to getting involved and helping out developing a plan.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. I serve, well, although we haven't met in a long time, I've served on the borough's parking committee along with the special police officer and traffic safety officer who handle parking. The last adjustments we made were pre-COVID, and I can, as someone who's probably more familiar with parking downtown than anybody else here, I'll tell you that post-COVID, there has been a tremendous change in parking in the central business district. There's room for movement, and I also think that over the course of the next year, we may see some changes downtown that we need to take into account, and I think this is an excellent move.
Okay.
I'll say one more comment. Since I've been on the board, parking issues have been the most common issue that come to the planning board that we've had to deal with. So it makes sense to me that we need to take a look at the ordinance to see why what's in place is not really working.
Very
If
good.
I'm also going to add a little bit further to the chief's point. There's not only changes that with after post-COVID, there's been significant changes to the economy and to businesses in general. I mean, I can tell you the businesses that have been looking to come into town, that have been restricted to come into town, are the new types of businesses, a lot of services, a lot of food businesses. And right now, we're kind of restricting any growth in those fields. We all used to love the 5 and 10 and the retail stores we still love, but many of these businesses are not McDonald's, right? Many of these are mom and pop, people in town, that are productive members of society or a community that I think we need to look into a way that we can help accommodate them into our downtown and develop our downtown, just like we're developing our residential, housing. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I agree with Dr. Pucci. I'm sure we all want to get involved with it. But I would like to, if possible, could we get someone to give us, all the ordinances that are applicable to parking in our town, any provisions that we have to know about, and just to have a little package that we could study a little bit before a meeting or something? I don't know who would do it, the planner, or you will? Oh, okay, there you are. Okay,
Over
very
here.
good. I didn't want to give you extra work.
No, it's understood.
Whatever applies to the parking,
Mhm.
summary of,
It's a good point. If I could interject at this point, Mr. Chairman.
Please.
Typically, in this sort of a situation like this, when you're trying to do a special analysis, I always encourage a board to have at least a summary document in front of them.
Right.
At least what are all the regulations, all the possible iterations that might apply to a specific situation. Because oftentimes, what's not known is that these ordinances evolve over many decades. And sometimes there's these stray things in the ordinance that was originally a good idea, but now you didn't realize it was in there, but it can influence how someone occupies a space. So that sort of thing is what I would bet as well. For instance, do we still want to work with 10 by 20 parking spaces? Or do we want to go 9 by 18? That's something for us to, I think about as well in the big picture, because it's more efficient in your parking spaces. The 9 by 18s work. They've been proven to work. So it's things like that that I can bring back to you with the memo.
good, good.
To help kick off, if it's a subcommittee or if it's just the board itself reviewing this, and it's at your direction, of course.
And-
So,
One more thing, I'm wondering, Dr. Pucci, you were involved with the business association in town. I wonder if you could speak to some people and maybe invite them to come at some point to talk to us and discuss the park, what their experiences are, or you may.
Sure. I think all inputs, I think we need to have a holistic view
Yeah.
of this entire
Exactly.
thing, look at it from ground up. Not just looking at one aspect of it, looking at it from everybody's perspective. So yeah, I'd be willing to reach out to anyone that has interest, stakeholders here.
Good, thank you.
Let me ask the board, would the board prefer there to be like a special committee, or would you like to deal with this as a board in the work sessions? Because
My feelings on some of these committees are that, and this, I'm being very honest, the committee gets information, they may know about an issue much more than the board does, but the board, in a sense, has to decide on our recommendations or our positions, and it's kind of like fragmented. I don't think, sometimes I feel like I don't have the information. I want the information. I don't want to make a decision without having all the information. So I would rather see it in a work session and that everybody's involved. Because sometimes you've seen, you've experienced it, you may have a committee of 3 or 4 and only 2 show up, or 3, So that's just my personal
I
feeling.
think
to
this
do
is
it at a
really a
work
choice
session.
for the board, so, if somebody wants to make a motion, that'd
Can
be
I just-
handled.
I believe if it's done in a work session as a committee as a whole, that's a public meeting, correct?
Yeah.
It's work session, yeah, it's a
So
work
the-
sessions of
Right,
public
so
meetings.
one of the advantages of having like a subcommittee is you can hash things out maybe in a way that you don't want the public to see, to come to an agreement that then comes forward. Whereas if you're working as a committee of a whole, it might preclude some of that maybe out there, outside the box ideas being presented because it's being presented
Yeah.
to the public
That's a good
before
point.
it's ready.
The sausage making, so to speak.
This is a public meeting,
Yes,
look at the public that we have.
well, but it's, yes.
But correct me if I'm wrong, if we have a subcommittee look at this, then the subcommittee would come back at a work session
Yes.
and then make their report to the entire board, and there can be a meaningful discussion moving forward from that point before we even put something before the board, am I correct?
I
Yeah,
think-
sure, sure.
I think it also allows for more meetings. The subcommittee can, you know, if it's twice a month, we do a
Right.
Zoom meeting to hash things out or to try and narrow down or to gather the ideas and stuff like that. I think it also, but I definitely agree, it all should come back to all the board members so they have the correct information. And they'll be brought into discussion. It's not, we're not gonna bring it to the board and say, vote on it right now. It's, this is what we've researched so far, like we've been doing with EGFAR. Now we're all ready to talk about this area of it.
Yeah, I think the subcommittee is able to be more productive and then bring it back to the entire body during a work session like we did with EGFAR. And then if we decide we need more subcommittee meetings, which we did, then we bring it back to a work session for the whole
Okay.
body to discuss. I just think we can meet more frequently and get more done as a subcommittee.
I agree.
And one piece I'd add to that, which I agree with overall, but I think one of the issues that at least I experienced with the EGFAR piece was not the most detailed communication from the subcommittee. So similar to the request I made for just a readout or a summary or some notes of the meeting, if we could get communication from the subcommittee so we're in the loop on what's been considered, to me, that would be enough of a middle ground to work with the subcommittee, but just make sure when we do sit down for the work session, it's not new information we're hearing for the first time as members of the non-subcommittee board.
Yeah, I'll try to make sure
I
that
agree
Fred
with that.
provides a report with the details that you're looking for. I understand what you're looking for,
Yeah.
so I'll try to make sure he does that.
Great, and then this, I think the same thing would apply
I don't mean
to
you,
parking.
I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
Can we take minutes?
don't see why not.
Subcommittee?
Or just have a review, like
That's fine, it doesn't have to be minutes or anything, it can just be,
Just an
A pa-
email
an
that
overview,
summarizes
exactly.
basically
yeah, that's,
yeah, where we
what's been
left off.
discussed.
Right.
Well, so
Kind
the
of-
It
consideration.
gets, the
Yep.
thing is, with the EGFAR, it gets pretty technical, and it's hard to take the,
Right.
you know, I don't trust the accuracy of my own notes,
sure.
so that's why I'd rather Fred do it.
Right,
Yeah,
I was
no,
talking
understood.
about the park, this new one, the parking. It's,
Yeah, at least a progress report from the subcommittee
right,
to the entire body. That's,
I would think that the issue with the parking
It's
will
less-
be far less
Yeah, that's
complicated
what I was gonna
than
say.
EGFAR and far less
Right.
meetings.
I don't know.
yeah.
I,
Seems like it
I
should.
think some very
Should be.
straightforward 21st
technical.
century ideas can be brought forth.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to ask the board, because this is a board decision about which way you want to go, whether have a subcommittee or have the, you know, the board as a whole review the parking issue. But it sounds like most of you want to make a subcommittee out of this, so considering that, is there a motion? Is there a motion to?
I'll make a motion that we appoint a subcommittee to review the parking ordinance in the C2 Central Business District at the request of the council.
I'll second that,
Who seconds?
I will.
Okay.
It was Henry?
Yeah.
Okay. Councilwoman Cole?
Yes,
Chief Ackerman?
Yes,
Ms. Triforez?
Yes,
Mr. D'Esposito?
Yes,
Mr. Bolero?
Yes,
Dr. Pucci?
Yes.
And Mr. Morley?
Yes. Because Councilwoman Cole has been on the Business Committee, I don't know the formal name of it, but
Business Commission.
Business Commission that's been looking at the parking issue. I asked her if she would participate in the subcommittee, and she's generously agreed to it. And Chief Ackerman has also agreed. I think police input is very important. And, you know, I was planning on being on it, but Dr. Pucci, you seem to express an interest. Would you mind being on the subcommittee as well?
Yes, I would.
Okay, and then if you can't attend, I could sub in for you.
Oh, great.
Okay,
My pleasure.
all right. Is there any other issues or items anybody wants to bring up, new business? Okay, if not, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
All in favor? Aye.
Members, please turn off your mics.